In a peaceful American town surrounded by forests and long winding roads lived a girl named Emma who believed her life was too ordinary to ever become meaningful. Every day, she walked the same path to her part-time job at a small grocery store, stocking shelves, arranging products, and smiling politely at customers. She wasn't unhappy, but she felt invisible, like the world moved forward while she stayed in the same place. She often wondered if she would ever do something important, or if she would simply remain a quiet shadow in a loud world. One cold evening, as Emma locked up the store, she noticed a homeless man sitting near the bus stop, shivering in the freezing wind. Most people walked past him, pretending not to see him. Emma paused, unsure of what to do. She had very little money and no extra coat to give, but her heart wouldn't let her walk away. She stepped closer and asked softly, "Sir, are you okay?" The man looked up, his eyes tired but gentle, and whispered, "I'm fine, miss, just cold." Emma looked around at the empty street and suddenly remembered an old blanket she kept in the store's storage room. She hurried back, unlocked the door, grabbed the blanket, and returned, wrapping it around the man. He smiled weakly and said, "Thank you. You didn't have to do that." Emma simply nodded and walked home, thinking about how small her life felt, yet how meaningful that moment was. The next morning, the town announced a heavy winter storm. Businesses closed early, people hurried home, and Emma's store was quieter than usual. While organizing the shelves, she noticed a young boy struggling to push open the door. The wind was too strong. Emma rushed over, opened the door, and asked, "Where are your parents?" The boy said his mom worked at the hospital and he was on his way home. But the storm caught him. Emma thought for a moment, then said, "Come inside, I'll call your mom." She handed him a warm drink and waited with him until his mother arrived, breathless and grateful that night. As Emma walked home, snow covered the streets and the cold bit at her skin. But her heart felt strangely warm. She realized she had spent months believing she was unimportant, when in reality she had made two people's lives better in just 2 days. She began to understand something powerful. Meaning doesn't come from fame or wealth. It comes from kindness, from small acts that shine like tiny stars against a dark sky. The next week, Emma started volunteering at a community center, helping pack food for families in need, teaching kids to read, and listening to the elderly who had no one else to talk to. She didn't do these things for recognition. She did them because each act made her feel alive, like her existence mattered. Slowly, people in town began recognizing her. The grocery store owner praised her dedication. Neighbors smiled at her on the street. Children waved whenever she passed by. Emma still wasn't famous or wealthy, but she had found something even more valuable. She had found her purpose. She learned that the light inside a person doesn't come from what they have. It comes from what they give. One evening, as she stood outside watching the snow fall, she realized she wasn't invisible anymore. She was a beacon, a quiet but steady light in her community, and for the first time she whispered to herself with confidence, "I matter." And as the snow continued to fall gently over the peaceful town, Emma's light shone brighter than ever, not because the world finally noticed her, but because she finally noticed herself.